welcome to my blog. I thought today I'd talk about the different materials that I use for my watercolour batik technique. This is the paper. It's called okashi. It's a Japanese tissue paper, and as you can see, I hope, it's got fibres through it that sort of glisten white and tend to pick up the paint as you're painting. They tends to spread the paint where the fibres are. Now you can cut this, preferably with a ruler and a scalpel or something like that, but it looks quite nice to have this kind of frayed or deckled edge, so I thought I'd show you how to do that. What I tend to do is crease a line where I want the deckle edge to come, and basically what you're doing is adding water in the crease where you want the line, want it to split basically, and it makes the tissue paper, when it's wet, the tissue paper is really very fragile, and you're basically just pulling the fibres apart. So I'll show you what I mean. So with a fairly fine brush, you do a little line. You can see how it's soaked in, and where the line of water is, if you gently pull, it just comes apart. The finer the line of water that you manage to get on there, the more precise the line will be. But I tend to find that having the crease just helps the water to sort of stay in the right place. And that's the finished, oops, the finished edge. Now once you've got a piece of paper like that you want to use, and you want to mark it up, there's a variety of ways of doing it. This is just a very simple design that I've just got here for a card. Now you can go over it in pencil or a permanent pen like this one, which is a Papermate Tiki Graphic by Rotaring, in black, or this is a different one which is a sepia colour, which depending on what you're doing can sometimes be a good idea, as the sepia isn't quite such a strong colour. These pens, which I'll talk about another time, they're quite fascinating in that they're water soluble, and when you add the paint or water, the colour splits and they run slightly, and they form quite beautiful colours, but once they've been wet and dried, then they won't run anymore. So that's quite fun for some different things. But today I'm going to use this black permanent marker. So you just put the tissue paper over the top of the design that you've drawn, and because it's so thin you can see right through it, so it's really easy to follow your own designs, and you just literally trace it. I won't actually trace over my letters because I just wrote those roughly, so So it couldn't really be easier.